Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Rahim Show. I'm your host, Ricky Ali. Tonight, we are just going to be going through some trending issue in Liberia. We want to see a better Liberia, and that is why we are going to talk about it tonight. And I'm going to also share the number for you to be a part of the discussion tonight. We are going to be discussing some trending issue in our country, some dramatic issue and some other issue pertaining to our common denominator Liberia. So I want this conversation to be very interactive. So I guess a lot of you are viewing the show via Facebook and YouTube. Please make some comment, and then also we're gonna share the number that you can call in to share your perspective on the trending issue we are going to discuss. That is why the topic is on the screen. Say what is in the news in Liberia. So, folks, as you all know, I'm your host Ricky Ali on this platform, as always. So, be a part of the show tonight, and we can have an interactive discussion tonight. So, I'm going to go to the first news. As you all know, a few months ago, an incident at the Capitol building uh, was reported. And for some reason, I don't know how that managed to reach to a point where the Capitol building was burned, and we knew and we felt that this incident should have been avoided. But again, for some reason, we don't even know what may have caused, and that is why the investigation is going. And someone who has been identified to be the one. There was they had a court proceeding, and this is what the news is saying about the proceeding. So we are going to dive into that and all the development in Liberia as well. So we are just discussing trending issue in our country, Liberia. As you all know, we have this conversation because we want to engage our country and the leadership to do the right thing for our people life to become better. Because if we are given the chance to serve our country, we have the responsibility to do the right thing uh, as we took an oath for. So, join me tonight. We are discussing what is in the news in Liberia. There are so many trending things, and that one of them that I just mentioned about the fire incident that was reported at Capitol building. So let me just read what is in the news. So the news say here, Liberia, right? Controversial, controversy rather erupt as a court evidence failed to connect defendant to the Capitol fire attack. That is a caption of what is trending in Liberia. And the news said that the Memorial City Court witnessed a dramatic turn of event on Friday, which is today. That's why I said trending issue today, which is today. Our state prosecutor presented a film. So it's very sad that we have such a situation unfolding in Liberia. Very very sad to have such a situation unfolding in our country. And to see that happen in our country, it's not a good representation, or it's not a good picture or image to the outside world to see Liberia going through a situation of such. So the fire incident, uh, just don't know how the whole thing managed to reach where we are today. But according to the news here, let me just read out something here. So they say the Moria City could witness a dramatic turn of events on Friday as a state prosecutor presented a phone call recording that which claimed could link defendant Thomas to the alleged Capitol building blaze. So they have somebody in the custodies of uh, the police right now where they are doing an investigation, but there was a court proceeding. So, however, the recording has come under intense scrutiny for containing a direct reference to the fire itself, raising significant doubt about the government case. So, I don't know for some reason why, how this whole fire scenario came about, and whoever may have been the cause must face justice because uh, that incident did not, give Liberia a good image. It even put Liberia on the race path. You know, a lot of these embassies, when you go to their website, they have so many things that they have on the website about traveling to Liberia. And I always tell people out there, if we having these kind of things for foreign country to be saying about our country, it is not a good thing. Most so, we should not even do anything to increase the you know that's it, the terrible situation already. We should not even do anything to increase that terrible situation already. So it is important for our Liberian leader to do the right thing to avoid some of these things from happening. And you can have a Capitol building, you don't have security patrol, you don't have people monitoring who is coming in, who is going out. We live in a 21st century. That fire incident, I don't know what may have caused. It could be from some electrical fault, but whatever the case may, when I was in Liberia, I never heard that some kind of fire, engulfed the whole Capitol building. I never heard that. So for some reason that this happening, it could be from a direct person, or it could be from, like I'm saying, like the investigation is going from the report here. So I mean, we don't know, but the incident caused substantial property damage and severely disrupted government function, while it's seen as an attack on the nation's democratic process or presence. So that is not a good thing, good image, to see. So let's go to the next news here. The next news here, and I'm reading the front page newspaper, the front page Africa newspaper. The next one here is Firestone, Liberia fixes workout unrest and may go slow protests. So let's read what they're saying here. Firestone. So we all know Firestone, the largest rubber plantation in Africa, I would say. Yeah, the workers are on the strike. All of this thing happened as a result of the worker may have had some problem with out of pay settlement or something. But let's read so we can know what may have caused or what may have led to the strike. So in Magibi, workers at Firestone, Liberia, have initiated a go slow protest, rather demanding immediate action on series of unresolved issues, including inadequate retirement benefit and insufficient support for sick employees. See, they are requesting. They do a lot of hard work, to be honest. So these people deserve benefit and at least sick let's say insufficient. There is an insufficient support for sick employee, people who work hard, and when they get ill, there is no insufficient. There are insufficient support for them. So that is why they are protesting in Liberia. And I hope that uh, the leadership of Firestone can be able to resolve this issue with the worker, because these workers contribute immensely to that particular plantation, I mean, company, Firestone. And the third thing here is Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger withdrawal from ECOWAS takes effect. This country, they withdrew from ECOWAS. What may have been the reason behind the withdrawal? That is why we're going to read. And these are all trending issues. If you're following the show via Facebook and YouTube, we are discussing trending news in Liberia. So these are all foreign news, but it also has to be reported because ECOWAS, Liberia is part of ECOWAS. So let's look at the reason here. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger withdrew from ECOWAS take effect. Let's see what may have been a reason. Okay, now withdrawal of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger from the Economic Community of West Africa state was officially taken effect today, January 29. That was just like 2 days ago, January 29. Marking a significant shift in the regional bloc structure. However, ECOWAS has announced temporary measures to prevent disruption in trade, travel, and diplomatic engagement between these three countries and its remaining member states. ECOWAS, has managed to just, apart from this withdrawing, managed to, have a negotiation where they can retain travel and diplomatic tie, apart from these countries being withdrawn from the ECOWAS. So we are just reading trending news, and if you're following the show via Facebook and YouTube, I want to say welcome to the Rahim Show. Please make some comment, like, and I'm going to share the number. Beside the number is on the subscribe calling it. You can call that number and be a part of the show. If you're in the US or if you're online in Liberia, please make some comment in the comment section. Let's go ahead with the news in Liberia. Then a woman charged with murder of 8-year-old girl in Lofa County. A woman has been charged or murdered in Lofa County. Murder of an 8-year-old girl. Let's read what the news said about how she did what she did. Okay. They say Vonchima Lofa County authority in Lofa County have charged a 20-year-old Mosul, F. Conant with the alleged murder of the 8-year-old Sia John, whose lifeless body was discovered in an unfinished building in Vonchima City on January 26th. A little girl who body was discovered. Every time I see these kind of things, and I'm very disturbed because I'm a father of 3, and to see a child, go through those kind of horrible things, and her life is being taken. I don't even know how we Liberians would be able to sit and do so barbaric and horrible things. I don't even know. I think if that is the case, uh, and she did it right, she should be persecuted. So let's move ahead. Let's move ahead. Okay. Another thing here is court conveyed original Japan and associate in lawmaker in landmark drugs trafficking case. That's one of the main things I love to really discuss. This drug trafficking things in Liberia is becoming a very serious concern. So Monrovia in the landmark ruling George Obi, also known as Original Japan, and 3 of his associates were sentenced to prison by the first judiciary court, circuit court, criminal court rather, in a significant drug trafficking case, and that since show up throughout Liberia legal community. If these guys are brave enough to do this thing, they should bear the necessary consequence. And I'm glad that the criminal court took that decision to sentence them to jail. And mind you, when these guys are in jail, let them serve the jail for the term based on the crime that they've committed. I don't I don't want to hear that these guys were released or this guy has been free or they are being you know billed for some reason. No, no, we want our country to be a better place, and drugs is one of the things that's spoiling our society. So we want our country to take serious measure when people are caught with drugs and things. Another thing here to go ahead with the news, trending news. They said President Boga joined African leaders at Energy Summit aiming to provide electricity of 300 million people to 300 million people across Africa. So the African leaders are having a meeting where they can be able to provide electricity to 300 million people in Africa. And we all know that electricity play a major role in every developing country. Play a major role. So we hope that that meeting will become fruitful. We hope that Liberia will benefit from that meeting as the leader uh, is there to negotiate with other leaders. Another news just said Liberia, okay, U.S. to deport over 1,500 on a strict immigration policy. Let's read that. That is one of the trending news. So we are seeing here 1,500 people. So the United States is set to deport 1,563 Liberians as part of the broader crackdown on illegal immigration under the Trump administration. The deportation is part of the U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement ICE effort to enforce stricter immigration policy targeting undocumented residents. So if you are here in America and God has brought you here, please, I'm saying that please because I I know what it means to come here and leave your family and to come here to improve yourself. So avoid yourself getting involved in things that will hamper your stay. I'm saying again, avoid things that will hamper your stay in the US here. If you know you don't have a paper, avoid places that you think that will create a problem and you will be one of the person being victim when those things happen. So as you see the new year, we are reading, and I guess somebody's following. Please make some comment. We are talking about trending, what is in the news in Liberia, some trending things. We are discussing about Liberia, some of the things that are trending on the front page newspaper. So one of the things I just read was the number of people that would be deported to Liberia, 1,563, according to the latest year. And so the United States is set to deport 1,563 Liberians as part of the broader crackdown in illegal immigration rather, under the Trump administration. So please take note, behave yourself as Liberian when you come over here. Don't get on social media and be trying to do things that you know are not right. Behave yourself so the ornaments of your action can enhance the generous sweetness of your character. So watch out, Liberian. So let's move on to another news here. Another news here, prosecutor requests more time to produce evidence in the Capitol fire case. We just read that there was a controversy uh, about the same fire scenario. And I don't know why we have to allow, some of these things can be avoided, but I don't know. We sit and allow these things to happen, then we find way to see whether it could be somebody caused this, and it could be from some electrical fault. I don't want to be too 100%, although they have already caught somebody in the case of the fire. But this is what they said today. They said controversy erupt as court evidence failed to connect defendant to the Capitol fire attack. And here they are saying here again in another news here, they are saying prosecutor requests more time, for the person who has been, from the recording that they received, and the person who um, is being charged alleged rather, of the cause of the fire. Now they are saying they need more time to produce evidence in the fire case. Why? 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 Why should this thing take longer time? We have to have a security camera at the Capitol building to look at some of these things. If it were caused by a man or anyone for that matter, we have to have security camera at the on the Capitol, especially Capitol building in the 21st century. We need all of these things to protect our country, Liberia. So they said they need more time. So another news here, we are moving on. Yeke Koluba expelled from House sitting after rejecting majority black speaker. Yeke Koluba, let's read more about that news. We are going to read more about that news. It said Montserrat County District Number 10 Representative Yeke Koluba was forcibly removed from the regular sitting of the House of Representatives on Tuesday. That was Tuesday of this week. Removed from regular sitting of the House Representative on Tuesday after vehemently rejecting Montserrat County District Number 11 Representative Richard Nangwe Kun as a majority black speaker. There are a lot of things that are unfolding in Liberia. A lot of drama is happening in Liberia. And I'm glad that news have made it possible for us to know some of these things that are happening. So I don't know what the case is, but the speaker scenario, saga rather, is something I don't know. That's what I always say. I share my own, personal view, but we have to take things serious in our country. We cannot be fighting one another, and we will not make Liberia a better place if we continue fighting ourselves. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. So let's move on. Another thing in the news here in Liberia is President Bouaka frequent private jet use sparked public outcry and made departure for Tanzania Energy Summit. As a president, you cannot accuse the previous president of doing something and you yourself are doing it. As a president, you cannot be riding private jet and accuse the previous government of doing the same thing. There should be a transparency in what you say and what you criticize. If you want to be a good leader, avoid some of these things, and you can criticize another leader about flying with private jet, going to places. You yourself, you're not, find yourself in it. So people in Liberia need food. They need the life to be better. We cannot be flying with private jet, and why the people who elected us in the respectful and respective positions, they cannot even see the life being better up. So we have to do more. We have to do more, and that is not a good sign as a leader, because you are not setting an example. Let's move on. Lawmaker decry sitting arrangement for President Bouaka State of the Union address, and that was January 27th. State of the Union. So that was just old news. I read the first news, which is today, about the decision. So, folks, if you're viewing, we are just on trending issue in Liberia. Be a part of the show tonight, and the numbers on the screen here below the subscribe button. You can be able to call that number and be a part of the show tonight, just for a short time. We are going to take a break, and when we get back, you can call that number. It's 443-312-9435, and be a part of the show and share your perspective. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back.